Welcome everyone, welcome to our media and trade presentation with all the best books for kids, tweens, and teenagers, young adults, everyone in between for July to December 2024. We're very excited to have you here and thank you for joining us. I'd like to welcome the representatives of the media here today. We know these are difficult times, so we appreciate everything you do for books. We'd like to welcome our booksellers. You are truly the backbone of the industry, and thank you for your unwavering support. Then I'd like to welcome librarians, subject advisors, teachers, book enthusiasts, everyone else here today. Your passion fuels inspiration. I want to welcome our wonderful penguins here today. It's your passion and dedication that is the reason why Penguin Random House South Africa is the biggest and the best publisher in the country. And then finally, I'd love to welcome our authors. Quite literally, this room would be empty without you. Bookshelves will just be called shelves, and millions of children will stop daring to dream. So thank you very much for being here. And before we get started with all the fun and go through the presentation, I just want to let you know that 2024 has already been an amazing year. So before we look ahead, let's look back quickly, if you bear with me. I'm going to just run through a bunch of titles that has already been released in 2024. So on the local children and youth side, listen to this. Frostbite Faith, Third Farm, Meatball the Ghost Dog, Feed, Speedy 6 Olympics, just in time for the Paris Olympics. Forgotten Fall, Weg, Sunken Leesdiepen, Sneller, Luna Skitterstad, Sandy and the Salty Sea Dogs. There's a bit of a dog theme, you'll see that later. Band-Aid for the Dead, Sunday Stain Omnibus, Spring Bookaroo, sorry, he wasn't there on Saturday, Superheroes of the Savannah, Sondag Steel Hemmer, Breath, Raven and Rover, Vian in die Viking Swart, Beste Raaisel 2, Samboksel in the Draakdraan, Trixie 2, Final Family. I'm going to just take a breath. Education, we have the questions and answers for the classroom. A bunch of study guides, including one for the Apocalypse at the End of the Street, Hades Comet, Weg, 17 Fear, and many more. We have the new Tolwerk book. We have Klaskits back in printed form, and it's amazing. It's bigger and better than ever before. And the marvelous Odyssey of Gedigte. Then our favorite little elephant. Is that a thing? It's probably a big elephant, but our favorite elephant, Tippy, now does maths at level 2. Yeah, we've seen the right and white from Tippy. isiZulu level 1, and as you'll soon see from the presentation, in beautiful, almost like graphic novel format, level 6, learn to read. Then on the international side, I could stand here all day to talk about this, but just think Pepper, Bluey, 96 facts about Taylor Swift, Eternal Ones, Where the Dog Stands Still, The House of Ashen and Shadow. So many, and we're going to be talking about some brilliant books out here today. But I just wanted to go back before we go forward, and I think that is just amazing to know what's in the market already, and I hope that you are enthused by what's coming. I want to start today. We're going to not waste your time. We appreciate your time, so we're going to just be a very focused presentation. I'm going to start off by calling two of our local authors to the stage. So, yeah. And I want to welcome Nancy Gayhard and Felicia Snyman de Toy. Please give them a round of applause. It's called a Q&A, but it'll be very short, so it's like literally one question and answer almost. So I want to just say from an education perspective that the two people you see in front of you are probably the best two authors you can take to schools. Because one, Nancy, teaches children and teachers alike a new skill, how to do sign language. So that's an amazing thing to take to a school. And then, of course, Felicia has a secret weapon. It's her wonderful dog, a Boston Terrier called Riley, which she takes to schools. Obviously, it causes pandemonium, etc. But it is something that a child will never forget. So I'm very thankful that you are here today. Can I take this out? There we go. Oh, there's a better one. Yeah. This is way too formal. Okay. Fantastic. Okay, great. So, thank you for coming. Hi. There we go. I see. I got it to do it. There we go. So we can all say hi to Nancy. So you both recently started writing children's books. Nancy, you wrote Once Upon a Time, Ian's First Day, and Felicia, you wrote Die ware avonture van Aarlie en Wiley. So I'm going to start with Nancy. Nancy, would you mind just telling everyone, as a way of introducing yourself, just a little bit about yourself, and then where did you get the inspiration for Ian?
Hello everyone. Okay, so that was actually two questions. But,
Yes, I cheated. Or Sandy else.
My background is I am from a hotel environment, the hotel industry, and in 2015 I took on a project where I was able to take deaf learners and put them into the kitchen, and I was inspired by that process of how amazing a deaf person was in the kitchen, and we took it upon ourselves as a hotel to learn sign language and how that integrated really well within the workplace. And then COVID hit, and sitting at home reading books to my son Declan, and figuring out the story didn't make sense, it wasn't okay. My husband chirped in the background saying, well, if you feel you can do a better job, why don't you do it? You've got the time. So it was a COVID project, and I think it started off as, initially it was a circus, and having to rewrite the story probably 14 times over, because it's not a hit as I thought it was in the beginning. And I wanted to integrate sign language into it because I feel it's a need for people to learn how to communicate in sign. And last year it was recognized as the 12th official language of the country. So I think there's some growth there and some possibilities there.
Fantastic, and it's a lovely book with amazing characters. Then Felicia, over to you. I might be missing something here, but you are a wife, a mom, a Boston Terrier fan, a lawyer, a romanza author, and now a children's author. So first of all, do you have more hours in your day than us normal people? And then secondly, how do you manage to balance your life, and why write? What inspired you to become an author? It's three questions.
I'll try to remember all the questions.
But you're a lawyer, so you got this.
Okay. First, I would just like to say what Hannah said is completely true. Whenever I walk in with my dog, I can see all the teachers' faces. They go like, they hate me at that moment, but the kids love it. So I always apologize to the teachers in advance, but it's fun. And they do remember riding. So no, I do not have more hours in a day. I wish I did. Usually when someone asks me, I want to do something else, they always make a joke, what are you doing between 2 and 4 in the morning? That's actually when I'm sleeping. So the rest of the time, I'm juggling everything. And to be honest, sometimes you drop the ball, really you do. And unfortunately, when it comes to writing, that's actually the first thing you drop. Because being a mother, most of you will know that, or anyone who works with children, that's the first thing you pick up, and you make sure that you get to it. I think I answered both 2 questions there. And then the inspiration for the story. It was also kind of a COVID thing. I think we all were stuck there. As Anna said, I was actually a romanza writer, so I'm actually still writing romance, love writing romance. But then we were stuck in COVID, and we had a very big backyard. So my daughter, I only had a daughter at that stage, and now we have a 3-year-old as well. She didn't really realize what COVID was, because she could just play outside. all the time. And we had a big swimming pool and all of that. And then during that time, our swimming pool, it literally broke. A part of it broke out. And all the water went out. We were just standing there, shocked because we're in COVID. So really, what happened? Even the swimming pool gave up at that stage. And then my daughter and my Boston Terrier, Riley, they just looked at it and they said it must be a monster, and they went on this adventure. So they inspired me to write their story because having a dog or any animal during that time, I think really helped to keep her as a kid sane, because she didn't have a friend and she didn't have a brother or anything. So they were my inspiration, and they still are, and that's how all the stories came to be.
Fantastic. No, I think we all have a wonderful COVID story, and I think that tops it probably. So Nancy, just one more question. This is literally just one question. Sorry, it's not a loaded question. So we are very excited that you are going to teach us to dance. So will you tell us about the new book, the new new adventure from IN?
Firstly, I have to learn how to dance, but so Ayed Learns to Dance is the second book, which will be out in September, which I'm super excited about. I did something a little bit bold. I tried to link every chapter with a song, so I've got a playlist on Spotify, so every chapter is linked to how Ian will feel in that moment. Declan, my son, helped me choose the majority of the songs because what I thought was hip wasn't technically hip. So it's changed a few times. I think I've listened to so much music over the last year that it all starts to sound the same. And because she's deaf, it brings a different, it's different that she can't hear. And in the book she goes through a struggle as to how am I going to learn to dance, I'm deaf, and that makes me different. So you'll have to buy the book to learn what happens and how does she actually learn to dance. But that's what I'm going to be doing for school talks. I'm actually going to be teaching them how to do a dance. And
I can't wait.
Okay.
I'm excited.
If anyone
I'm
see
going
my
to
dance,
get your first. So if you hear about a school talk, please make sure that whatever you're doing, cancel it, go and see what she's doing. We want to see her dance. And then Felicia, you've taken a bit of a different route. There's a Bendru coming up. Can you tell us about your new book?
Okay, so for some reason I decided that romance and the adventures of Audie and Riley was not enough, so I had to do something fantasy. It actually also started in COVID. We had a very big oak tree in our backyard. Beautiful tree, very difficult to manage. But we were actually sitting outside looking at this tree, and I told my husband, I have to write a story about this tree, because just look at it, it's so big, and I just want to get into it. And because when you were small you would believe that there's things in trees. I actually still believe there's things in trees. So that's how Bendru came to be. But this time it's a boy. Bendru is 12 years old, so he's in that very awkward stage of life. And he has to live with his grandmother because his parents went missing, with his older brother. And then he finds out in a very funny way that the tree is a teleportation portal, but he's not allowed to tell anyone at all. So to live with that secret and being 12 and being awkward, but I just had to write the story especially because I went to so many schools and I saw this different views of children, and I love fantasy and having them live it out.
So Bendru's Boomskalk is the book, and we are really looking forward to that. Thank you both so much. I'm sure the schools are going to love both of your presentations. I don't know if you're going to take the oak tree with you on the next one, but that might be approved. Just take Riley. You can't go wrong. But anyway, thank you very much. Please give them a big hand and look out for their new books. So up next we have Shinola. Oh, there we go, Shinola. So Shinola is going to tell us about 2 new books that are going to blow your minds. Here we go.
Hi everyone, I'm Shanola. For those who don't know me, I'm the children's sales rep for Joburg and Pretoria. The first book I want to tell you about is Adia Kilbara and the Circle of Shamans. This is coming out, I think it's in September. And it is, honestly, if you just look at the jacket, it's stunning. It made me want to read it when I saw what it looked like. But you follow 12-year-old Adia as she is kind of brought up to think something's wrong with her. She's an orphan and her aunt and uncle raised her, and they kind of just always made her feel like she was the reason things went wrong. And when someone tells you that, you believe it. So at 12, in the village she lives in, you get the opportunity to do an apprenticeship. But the idea of this is it's a skill or a trade that benefits the village. So she applied for a chef apprenticeship in the Academy of Shamans. And she gets it, but her aunt and uncle don't want her to go, because as much as they like to make her feel like a terrible person, she really does a lot. She cleans, she cooks, she helps farm. So if she goes away, who's going to help them do that? And she gets really upset one day and she causes an earthquake. So now everyone in the village thinks there's something wrong with her. But she decides she's going to run away and she's going to do what she wants to do, because this is now like her opportunity to learn about who she is there something wrong with her, does she have magic? If she does have magic, can she control it, what can she use it for? And she's going to get answers to all of those questions, but when she gets to this academy, she unlocks this whole sort of fantasy world. When I read it, it reminded me a lot of The Gilded Ones, for anyone who's read that. So it's kind of like The Gilded Ones, but for a younger age. So very much fantasy. It's inspired by Nigerian mythology as well. And this is going to be a trilogy, so it's the first of 3 coming out. And then the next one is my personal favorite, Percy Jackson. So I read this series back in high school, and I really loved fantasy, but I never read this. And I was talking to someone about it, and he was like, no, you have to. And I just felt like, oh, it's Greek mythology, I'm not going to understand a thing about it. But I read it, and I finished it in a night and messaged them and said, like, please bring the next one so I can read it. And luckily, or unluckily, because I was exhausted, he bought the rest of the series at once, and I finished it in like just over a week. But I realized this series, it doesn't matter if you like mythology or not, you'd actually really just fall in love with the characters in the world. And he kind of teaches you a bit as it goes, so by the end of it you kind of want to learn more about Greek mythology. So when I found out he was doing some more Percy Jackson books, it was probably like one of the best things I could have heard. And what he's doing with this new series is Percy is now in his final year of high school, and he wants to go to university, but he has to get recommendation letters from the gods. And apparently whatever he went through in the first 5 books wasn't enough for him to just get these letters. He now has to complete 3 different tasks and complete them successfully to get one at a time. So in the second book now that's coming out, Percy Jackson and the Wrath of the Triple Goddess, Percy, Annabeth, and Grover are house-sitting / pet-sitting for Hecate. She only has 2 rules, which is like look after her pets, make sure they don't escape because their lives kind of depend on it. And 2, don't touch anything in her house, especially the potions in her lab. So like, I mean, what could go wrong? You're house sitting with your best friends. Apparently, if you're Percy, everything can go wrong. And Grover has decided he was going to help himself to a strawberry-flavored potion that turned him into a ginormous goat. And he destroyed her house, and in the process, all of the pets are now in New York City. So Percy, Annabeth, and Shane will include Grover because he's part of the trio, but he's just a big goat. They need to try and find these pets before it's too late. But also put Hecate's house back to normal before she gets back. Otherwise, he's not getting that second recommendation letter. Like I said before, this series is just perfect for anyone. I think anyone who grew up reading Percy Jackson or anyone who's just starting with Percy Jackson will absolutely love this. And yeah, I hope you guys like the books. That's me. I get awkward, so like let's end this before we get started.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Shanola. That's fantastic. When you started, when Percy Jackson came out, I could just see all the booksellers with like dollar signs in their eyes. So yeah, there's your Christmas bonus. Okay. Yeah, we're very excited about Percy Jackson. So many amazing books, and I hope you're holding on to your seats because we're going to go through the presentation now of all the books that you can expect to see between now and December.
This party started. Yes, so excited. Don't believe it, just watch. And make them
That was the best 28 minutes I've spent in ages.
One
Hi, my name is Andrew Block and I'm the author of the
Try that again. No, it's freezing. Sorry.
There you go. See,
Twins
good save.
in Burnsville. New book coming out about two young people who love doing exactly what I'm doing right now. Enjoying watching the birds in my local park here in Johannesburg. But their big dream was to go around the country to see some of our 900 different species of birds and also experience some of our wonderful landscapes and nature that we have around us. In South Africa we have incredible diversity of people, languages, culture and nature. And that's what my book is all about. So this follows the twins on their journey around the country as they go around meeting different birds, having different encounters that teaches them something on each occasion about South African language, culture, and our natural heritage. So I hope you enjoy it.
Hello everyone, my name is Charles Simoto. I am the author of Legend Unbelievable. It's a story of magic and mystery in South African mythology. It's a story about a young girl, Mary. She moves from Cape Town to a small town in Johannesburg. And the town is called Springfontein, but the local kids know it as Spoorfontein because in Spoorfontein there are a lot of things that go bump in the night. And Amia is about to learn this as she's introduced to new friends that take her on a whirlwind adventure that involves the South African mythological creature Mamlambo. And it's a story about friendship more than anything else. It's a story about finding yourself. It's a story about being at home in the world, especially for Mia, who's had to deal with the long move and finding herself and finding new friends. And it's a story I think that will keep kids super on their toes. And it was such a joy for me to write. And I am very excited to have it out in the world. Thank you.
Hi everybody, I've got some super exciting Lottie Brooks news that I wanted to tell you about today. Now, I know you've all been on tenterhooks after the last book and can't wait to find out what happened between Lottie and Daniel after that New Year's Eve party. But don't worry, you won't have to wait too much longer. So without further ado, introducing the majorly awkward BFF dramas of Lottie Brooks.
Hallo, mijn naam is Philip de Vos. En in die jaar word my numeriekboek Die Tantes van Atlantis vir vrypostige kinders deur Lapa gepubliseer met illustrasies van Piet Gronde. Wil sê in die dorpie Atlantis woon hopende dorstige tantes, wil spuitbloem met doem, elke koffer wat zoom en druk as 'n brommer van kantes.
which is a white fantasy novel about a dystopian Roman Empire conquering a Chinese fantasy world. The book is about the daughter of this conquered land who was blessed with rare death magic, and she must choose between dying a hero or live as a villain who works for the dangerous enemy prince in order to protect her family from the brewing war between magic and science. It is a book that will appeal to fans of enemies to lovers and more eager characters. To Gaze Upon Wicked Gods is many things. It is inspired by the ghost stories my Manchurian grandfather told me as a child, and it is about how far we will go to protect those we love. And it features a main character who is a survivor before she is a hero. And To Gaze Upon Wicked Gods comes out in April 2024. You can pre-order it now, and I hope you enjoy.
Snel en vinnig na einde toe. En hulle het een geleentheid voor om hulle laaste legendariese somerskoolvakansie te gaan hou. Hiervoor maak hulle 'n paar reëls. Hulle moet almal alles saam doen, hulle mag nie met mekaar beklei nie en geen meisies nie. En dit is presies waar hulle planne in mekaar loop. Ons laaste legendariese somer is 'n boek prop vol humor. Dit gaan oor vriendskap, dit gaan oor liefde, avontuur en sal voel soos 'n klein vakansie as jy die boek lees.
Hulle sê mos die pad hel toe is met goeie voornemens gevlei. Nou ja, die Queen Albertyn in haar matriekjaar in 'n splinternuwe sogenaamde koesterskool beland. Sy het vasbeslote om geen belangrike vriendskappe of ander verbintenisse te vorm nie. Kyk, sy het baie droog gemaak by haar vorige skool en hierdie nuwe baie streng skool, genaamd Excellentia, was haar ma se idee en haar manier om haar dogter in haar plek te ruk. Maar Quinn was nie eers 'n week daar nie, toe sy goeders begin waarneem en beleef wat daai fyn haartjies op haar nek laat reis het. Sy het geweet sy is in daai skool om te leer, nie te integreer nie. Maar skielik moes sy haarself vra, kon sy en wou sy onbetrokke bly nadat sy hierdie goeders gesien het. Kom ons wees nou maar eerlik, jy kan doen net wat jy wil. Soms kom soek die moeilikheid vir jou. Quinn se jaar van kook. Almal het 'n hoërskoolstorie. Wat is joune?
Ek is Adelbarda, skrywer van Donkerster. Karakterstyd is 17. Sy is so toegewy aan wilbewaring dat sy soms van gevaar vergeet. Haar passie maak dat sy saam met haar vriende Hilda en Sam nie deel van die populêre groep by die skool vorm nie. Stef Boele, haar buurman, as ook haar ma se baas se charmante seun, nader Carly oor 'n anti-stroopryveldtog. Terselfdertyd betree Zander, 'n dromer en doring in haar vrees haar lewe. En dan is daar Wouter, haar skoolkruis. Thema sluit in moniegedrag, natuurbewaring en vriendskap. Donkerster bevat elemente van 'n liefdesverhaal, 'n spanningsverhaal en 'n vriendskapsverhaal.
Thank you very much. That was well done to Lorian and Kim for putting that together. I think you'll agree there's some incredible titles to look forward to. Something for everyone. Hopefully a lot for everyone. So, and if that didn't excite you enough, we have a special moment in this presentation now. 7 of you will be walking away with something very special. Not just the book that you received at the beginning, but we have a giveaway. So you would have received a number. So please take that out. Does everybody have a number? Or did you just assume it's worthless and threw it away? Hopefully not. Do you have a number? Can anybody tell me if they don't have a number? Okay, no, it seems like everybody. Okay, we're good. So basically what we're going to do, we're going to do 7 prizes. I'm going to ask that the winners just remain seated, and then after the event, just come to the table, collect your prize, and also a smile for a nice photograph. And so the first prize is for Penguin branded merchandise. So if you'll pick a number. I feel like it's bingo night. Number 37! Hey! Okay, congratulations. Okay, you win Penguin branded merchandise, so that's fantastic. The next one is a local titles hamper. She's digging deep.
Digging deep, trying
Digging
to make sure
deep.
that it's big.
No, it's not number 38, no, I'm just joking. Number 35. We're doing well in the 30s. There we go. That's the winner. Congratulations. A local titles hamper. Does anybody like DK? DK? Yes, there are a few people who love to win the DK hamper. So let's see. We're out of the 30s. 29. And yes, there's a very happy winner. Congratulations. Osborne fans out here? Any Osborne fans? Yes, if you're not, well, we have an Osborne hamper next. Oh, I love this number. 007. There we go. What are the odds? Hey, 007, Nancy. It's a sign. Absolutely. Okay, and the next one is a wonderful YA hamper. And the winner is number 10. Do we have a winner?
Yes.
Yes, fantastic. Congratulations. And you would have seen the clip earlier. For any Lottie Brooks fans, this is a lovely one. That's a Lottie Brooks hamper. Number 40. 40. At the back. Well done. Congratulations. And then the rest of you are, thinking, yeah, I'd love to win. There's one more chance. It's a Penguin branded cozy. And
I've got to give you this.
yeah, give me the number. It is number 21. Hey, there we go. Congratulations. So that's all the prizes, but at least all of you will walk away with the book that you received at the beginning. And there's also some tea and coffee at the back, and some snacks left over. And there are Lottie Brooks cookies on the way out. So please be sure to take one. And if no one's looking, take two. But I didn't say that. So please remember, if you haven't had a look at the tables here, there's some incredible display books. There's points of sale to look at and to take. So please have a look at that. And all the prize winners, remember to come up to the table afterwards to collect your prizes, otherwise they'll all be going to my home. And then just finally, I just want to thank everyone for coming out. I know we all have busy lives, but thank you so much for taking the time, coming to experience what we have in store for the rest of this year. We're excited, and I hope you are too. So thank you very much. I want to give a special thank you to Lorian and Kim and the team for making this event what it is. So a big hand for them, please. Give you a round of applause. And to the Country Club, thank you very much. Amazing venue, we love it here. And please go out, inspire people to read. Thank you for everything you do, and be safe. Thank you.